Hi, this is slightly better than average here. New YouTuber, I guess. I'm just gonna be making videos on how to help people, or try to make videos on how to help people, and hopefully it goes well. This first video is gonna just be like how to get into gaming, or how to get someone else into gaming. For starters, this game is a first-person shooter, as I'm sure most of you can tell. This is Team Fortress 2, for those of you who didn't know. Game's over. A first-person shooter is a very bad style of game to try and get someone into when they first start. And it might seem like common sense, but I've seen a lot of people try to get people to play first-person shooters when they've never played a game or they've rarely played a game, and it never goes well. Just because there's a lot of things that happen in a first-person shooter that are very unique to first-person shooters. And one of the things is the world is not on your screen. And I would love to show you what I'm talking about. This is fine. The world is not on your screen. Right now I can see, I can see these buildings here, I can see that. There's, as you can see at the bottom here, there are 2 locks, 2 red, 2 blue. That means that there are 5 points. So there are 5 different, essentially mini-maps in this map that you have to be aware of, and you have to know where everything is, and there's an entire team. Like, our team is undernumbered right now, but there's, what is that? 6 and 8, so that's 8 people-ish, I think I can add, that I have to be aware of. But I can't see anything. It's first person. I can only see what's in front of me. That's why if you're having somebody start off with games and stuff like that, don't pick a first-person shooter. Reason number 1. Reason number 2 is simply the controls. First-person controls, if you play first-person shooters, they are second nature. You pick up the controller and you can basically play any first-person shooter that you want. Call of Duty is not going to be much different than Halo, is not going to be much different than Gears of War, Battlefield, blah blah blah. And I know a bunch of people are going to be mad at me and be like, oh, Call of Duty is completely different than Halo and blah blah blah, but the controls are ultimately very similar. Like, if I'm playing Call of Duty and Halo, yes, the controls are going to be slightly different, but the walking mechanism is always the same. The firing mechanism is usually pretty standard. There are a lot of things that are very similar with minor changes here and there. Where is it? There it is. Too late. So if you play them, you can pick it up fairly easily, and it's not going to be a big hassle. But when you are new to first-person shooters and you don't play games and you are just brand new right off the boat, you'll learn this. You'll be like, okay, this left stick, it moves me. I can do this. I know how to do first-person shooters. And then they get brave and they touch that other stick and it's just this. This is all they see the entire time, and you're just playing around going, why isn't he shooting at things? And then you look at the bottom screen and all you see is that, and you're just looking at their face and they're just so frustrated. I mean, it's funny, but it's also, I get it. I can't believe he hit me. That makes me so sad. Aiming is another thing that I can't do, apparently. Aiming is actually a fairly difficult skill. You have to have very still thumbs and stuff. And if you're not used to controls, it's very difficult to do that. Now, I'm not saying first-person shooters are better than other genres of game. Do not make that mistake. I love MMORPGs. I love platformers. I love puzzle games. I love pretty much every genre of game aside from sports games. But that's not to say they're bad. It's just not my cup of tea. But yeah, games that I would start off in would be something more like, there's some medic healing ones, that would make sense. Like a fighting game or a platformer. And I would even do platformer before the fighting game, but both of the game designs are fairly simple. That's not to say that the games themselves are easy, and I mean no disrespect to any of the fighting game fans out there. Fighting games are very hard, and you're just going to die because you're AFK. They are beyond hard. The combos that you have to figure out and know like when to use what, I can't do it. I can't. Props to anyone who does fighting games, and especially if they do it competitively. They make that look so easy, and it's really hard to do. But in essence, a fighting game is a very simple concept. You have one guy here, one guy here. You see the whole map. Everything that could be is right there in front of you, and that makes life a lot easier. So even if you're not good at fighting games, or if you are good at fighting games, like getting somebody who doesn't play games to play a fighting game is a very good starting ground. Just because everything's on screen, it's pretty self-explanatory. There's you, there's me. I push buttons, and I try to make my guy hit you when I push the buttons. Pretty simple all in all. The only thing I would say that if you are a fighting game fanatic, don't play games you're good at. Like, you're not trying to impress anyone, you're not trying to show off at this point. You are simply trying to get them to enjoy games. Like, not, they come over and they're like, yeah, I guess I can play 2 hours of video games. That's not what we want. We want them to be coming over going, dude, that thing that we did the other day, that game that we played, that game was fucking awesome. I want to do that again. Can we do that again? That is the end goal. So if you play, you know, I saw that coming, but I wanted to be somebody else. If you play, you know, let's go Soldier. Mortal Kombat, for instance, and you play Mortal Kombat 3 hours a day, every day of the week, every week. Don't play that game. Like, you are not trying to show off your skills. You are trying to make them like games. So don't be that game, because you know every combo. They're going to have zero chance. Like, you are just going to lose, or they're going to lose, you're going to win, every time. Now, I would say, that was terrible, play a game that is brand new. It doesn't matter if you've played it before or not. Play a game that you have like no time in, and it's gonna make life a lot easier. Just because it gives the other person to learn about the game as well as you. So you're both learning. You're not. It's not like a you know, they're doing this. You're doing this to help them out or anything. Like, you're both completely clueless as to what's going on in the game. So you're both trying to figure it out together. And I missed. So that's why I would recommend playing a new game that neither of you have played. I mean, obviously they haven't played it, but playing a game that you're not good at, just so they can also get that sense of accomplishment. If they like stumble upon something you didn't know, then, you know, they feel like they're contributing. And ultimately you want them to be having those like instant gratification things. Platformers, you know, Mario Brothers or something like that, is, you know, fun games like that that are, you know, decent, are also very nice. I'm never gonna oh my god. Sorry, that made me laugh. They're good. I really liked games like Jak and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank for the PlayStation 2. They made me laugh. The gameplay was pretty solid. They weren't, you know, the best games I've ever played, but, you know, they were funny and I enjoyed my time. Like, and if you can get that, ultimately that's what you want at the end of the day. So that's the platformer. Another kind of game would be like a hack and slash. And these kind of games are like your Devil May Cry's or your God of War, I'm Going to Die. type games. Dynasty Warriors, I don't know if they make that anymore even, but that game, it was insanely fun, and like there was no story, there was nothing. It was like you just killed things, like massive amounts of people. It was really fun, you know, and that's the kind of game you want. You want to have a really fun game. I think that's basically it. Just kind of a recap in case I missed anything. Pick a game with easy controls. Pick a game where everything is on screen, or if everything's not on screen, they are pushing hard. If everything's not on screen, then pick something that's kind of easy to maneuver around and stuff like that. Sorry, I have to concentrate. I don't even know why. Controls, everything's on screen. Start off with a simple game. Start off with a game that neither of you have played, so you can kind of learn it together. And start off with a game that's actually good. There are plenty of platformers, plenty of fighters, plenty of hack and slashers that are terrible. They are trash. So find a game that's actually fun and enjoyable for you and the other person, and you know, just kind of empathize with their situation. You know, they have not played games. You're trying to make this good for them. If I missed anything, or you think there should be something else, please leave it in the comments. Definitely let me know if there's anything I can do better. I'm definitely open to critiques and stuff. This is my first video, so if there's something I should be doing differently, or you'd like to see me doing, just let me know, and I will definitely try to do it. Calling me names and profanities is not really going to help me. It might make me giggle, but it's not going to ultimately help me, or anyone else for that matter. And ultimately that's what I'd like to do, is just try and help at least one person who's like kind of got this problem. But just let me know, and that does it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it.